Hey everybody, this is Jay here, and today I thought I will do a video to address the recent concern, especially those of you in the region of UK, in regards to Binance, and whether you should prepare and look at other options. So that's what this video is about. So hopefully, what we'll try to do here is to provide different perspectives on what you can do, different options, as well as the risks associated with the options. And that way you can decide personally what's the best option for you. I do think that how you secure your cryptocurrencies, it's a very personal matter. So I think that's the best I can do here is to provide you, my perspectives, and then you can decide. So first of all, there has been recent challenges with Binance, and I think it also depends on where you are located. So, from my point of view, if you are in US or in UK, I would say you would be you need to prepare yourself because large countries like this, they obviously do not like especially companies like Binance. Um, that it's hard to control, right? And also, they are going against, what the countries would stand for. In other words, the US dollars in this case, and in UK, it's the pound. So any threat to the fiat of these countries will be considered as a threat to the country, and that's why these countries, like the UK and the US, um, they will give hell pretty much to exchange like Binance and even other exchanges. Now, obviously, Binance is the biggest over here in the world of crypto. So, if you're in that region, I would say be prepared to get another option, right? So, that's point number one. Now, in other countries, across the world, like where I am in Australia now. In Australia, it has been pretty friendly, right? So Binance in Australia has a footing that it's able to work with the banks here to transfer money between banks in Australia. And that means that Binance is probably regulated here in Australia. So it has been pretty friendly, and I'm sure other countries like Singapore, um, and what other countries do we have? Yeah, and recently, I think Binance is looking to penetrate Japan. They may or may not have a footing there, but yeah. So there are countries that um, are friendly, right? With exchange like Binance. So for me, like I'm in Australia, and there is a direct connection with my bank, so I do feel more comfortable, and moving money in and out, and regulation here is much more friendlier. So depending on where you are, so if you are, for example, in Portugal, now I'm not exactly sure, how friendly Portugal is in with Binance. So that's something you will need to assess. That's point number one. The other one is if you can get another exchange that is local. That's also part of my preference. By the way, many of you know that I do have a few exchanges that I deal with. Obviously, the two big ones, one would be Binance, and the other one is a local exchange here that I am using. So, and they are, they are the biggest local exchange here that I deal with. So I tend to go with the biggest um, and the friendliest. So do look at your local exchange if that is available for you. Now, if not, then you're pretty much stuck with either Binance or KuCoin, or some other, whether it's Kraken, and those are exchanges. Now, personally, for me, you have heard me saying that I don't have issues with um, you know this kind of exchanges, because in the bull run they want to be around. That's where they make money. So because we'll be cashing out by the end of the year, just understand that, and that means we only have about maybe 4 to 5 months to go. So it's not a long time, and that means the risk of you getting stuck with your money where the exchange run away, it's probably lesser. Now, if you're absolutely concerned about that, then obviously, there are other options like the hard wallet that you're looking at, whether it's a ledger or, I do have another wallet called a Cool Wallet S that I use. So I've used this hard wallet before, and they're friendly and they're okay, right? So that's the other option. Now obviously the downside with the hard wallet, as you probably know, is it it puts a lot of responsibility on you. So in other words, you need to do it properly. If you're not familiar, you need to be really familiar with your backup of your seed, and how are you going to store your um, the password and all this stuff, so that you do not accidentally lose it, right? So if you're going to store your crypto securely on your own using your hard wallet, you need to be confident that you're able to deal with this technology well. And at the same time, you need to be aware of the scammers out there. Like you can see here, for example, Ledger has always been putting this up, that there'll always be, hackers that is trying to get into your ledger. So you need to be aware of some of these threats here, so that they don't get to your crypto. So there's a lot of responsibility that is put onto you. Whereas if you're dealing with exchange, there's a lot of responsibility on the exchange, right, to make sure that your crypto is secure. Now, for example, I've been using Binance for more than 2 years now, and I've never had any issues from a security point of view. Um, the last more than 2 years, and I'm sure someone has said it has been hacked, but I've never had any issues before. So for me, yeah, I do not want to, put too much pressure on myself. Number one. Number two, it's because I can be fairly active in the market, and that's something for you to think about. Every time you're gonna start moving your crypto in and out and trading, number one, it can have higher fees, potentially, depending on which exchange you use on your hard wallet. So that's something for you to think about, right? So whether you're going to take that responsibility onto your own, whether it's a hard wallet or uh, what do you call this, a soft wallet, right? And or hot wallet, like Atomic wallet here that I also have used before, and these are really nice um, soft wallet or hot wallet that sits on your phone. Again, some people do not like that their crypto sitting on their phone, and maybe a hard wallet would be better. So I think it's a very personal choice, depending on how you look at it. So I hope that gives you a view. Number one, depending on the geographical location of your country, and you need to have a sense around how friendly where you live in, with respect to the exchanges. And if you find that the news has been fairly negative in regards to the exchange in your country, then maybe you need to prepare to try to start bringing in um, your crypto into your hard wallet. If not, if your country has been fairly friendly, then do consider either a um, exchange like Binance continue on, but at the same time, the local exchange should be really helpful as well. So those are your options, right? So basically, a, um, a global exchange like Binance, or local exchange. Those are my preferred options. And then you got the hard and the hot wallets. So those would be a personal. Put your personal responsibility to secure your crypto. So hopefully this helps. And if there's something specific in regards to some of these options here, again, we can have a chat then. Hopefully this helps out in regards to understanding the risks associated with securing your crypto.